They say you never walk alone, but in recent times, Liverpool players and staff seem to have been working all by their lonesome self. In the match conference, we saw Arne talking and talking to journalists and telling them that in Premier League, he does not enjoy watching the Premier League because they don't allow you to play your own game. Excuse me, are they supposed to just open and let you do whatever you want and they won't do anything? You can arrange your team anyhow you want, let them play anyhow you want them to play. That does not mean the opponent has to play the way you want them to play. You can't dictate how an opponent will respond to you. They will respond in the way that suits them, not you. Because I'm not understanding this. Because for years, as Wenger complained about his players being kicked, his players being doing, there are people not even coming out to attack or defending. And people said, no, he's a moaner, he complains too much, he's a specialist in failure. He's just looking for excuses for his failure. And I think that is exactly what Arne Slot is doing. He's always looking for excuses for his failure. Last season, he had a wonderful team, played mostly Jurgen Klopp's philosophy with only a little tweak, which seemed to be working for him. And then in the summer, you lost most of the great creators in that team, and then you brought in your players, changed everything, and it's not working. Rather than accept responsibilities, he always keeps looking for excuses. He just keeps looking for excuses, and that also shows in Liverpool's form this season. They have neither been here nor there. They started the season great. In fact, people thought we all thought it's going to be like last season, where they were just blitzing everybody, running away with the league right from the very day one. The same thing, they went 7 games unbeaten, winning almost unbeaten, yeah, and without losing, they were winning every game, and then suddenly they just dropped. But somehow they seem to be back in getting their way back. Currently in 5th out of the top 4. Currently in 5th position, still behind of Aston Villa. But they seem to be doing well. Of course, you would expect them to beat a relegation-threatened West Ham. And of course, they scored 3 straight goals from corner kicks. And then all we were hearing from the media is that yes, these are it's great, set pieces rule, everything. Yes. The following day, Arsenal scored 2 set-piece goals, and suddenly it's dark arts. Arsenal is this is the worst league for the season and everything. Please, let's be consistent, Liverpool fans. Either it is good or it is bad. It can't be good when it favors you and bad when it favors others. You have to choose a side. Perhaps that's the reason why they've been working alone. Anyway, on Tuesday, they get to face Wolves at home at the Molyneux in their midweek match. And let's see, I remember the last game, the one at Anfield, Wolves actually really did play them, but of course Liverpool got the results because they actually they weathered the storm and they really gave it to Wolves when they had the opportunities on the breaks. And that was, for me, an epitome of Liverpool. They are able to soak up the pressure. They are also able to transfer back the pressure. And also, at the moment they smell blood, they are able to go in for the kill. But this season, they have not been consistent in doing that. I really don't know what is the problem. So probably Arne Slot needs to go back to the drawing board and decide what he wants to do. Do you want to create a winning team, or do you want to create a team that everybody will be dancing to their tune? I really don't get it for him. But for the Liverpool players, they seem to be working. But I think one thing Slot needs to do is he needs to find a brand new creator that will also assist Zoboslai in the creative department. It seems to be the only major creative outlet that is available for Liverpool right now. After they lost Luis Diaz, they lost Alexander Trent-Arnold. It doesn't seem to be working for them. And of course, it dug more into the market, bought 2 record buying strikers, Ekitike and Isak. Ekitike, for me, thumbs up. He has had a good season so far, but Isak has been nowhere to be found this season. Of course, we can also put that down to injuries. And well, but anyway, they play Wolves in the midweek. Let's see how they perform. But I think if Liverpool is not careful, they might actually not make it to Champions League at all this season. So probably would be watching them in Europa League or maybe even Conference League if care is not taken. Who knows? On the other side of the coin is the so-called champions of the world, Chelsea, and they've had a number of managers in recent years. This season, they've had two managers, Enzo Maresca and Liam Rosinio. But I think for me, Monsieur Rosinio has been actually a good coach. The game against Arsenal was very, very tactical. I enjoyed his tactical input in that game. It was basically a chess game, and in the end it now came down to what the players themselves could make the difference, and Arsenal players made the difference. It was a game of 3 goals, all from corners, all scored by Arsenal, and but somehow Chelsea still didn't get anything. And that game for me, Chelsea are playing Arsenal and people complaining, Chelsea fans were crying, and I was just so very happy because over the years we were told, oh no, not we were told, I saw Arsenal possess the ball against Chelsea, outplay them in every metric you can imagine. And then what do Chelsea do? They just bulldoze their way through, score 1 goal, and that's the end. They go and lock up shop, pack the bus, everything. And people tell us, oh, you need to get stronger, you need to do this, you need to do that. Now the tables have turned. I know one year Pimo. That's how it goes. But anyway, Chelsea, for me, their chances, they still actually stand a good chance. Remember, they're still in the Champions League, and they're actually a very good team. And of course, I still see them making into the Champions League for next season. Although currently they're out of the top 4, but and they still have a couple of tough games ahead of them. But I still see them sneaking their way into the top 4 if they actually keep up their trend of results under Liam Rosinio. Remember, they've won every single game under Liam Rosinio except the ones they've played against Arsenal. He has been giving them that good result. So who knows? It will still work out for them, and let's see how it goes for them. So Chelsea fans, don't lose hope yet. You can actually still make it to the top 4.